bullhorn, Betty. Bullhorn Betty got herself a bullhorn, Betty. Bullhorn Betty got herself in a jam. Oh, bullhorn Betty, fixing to get put up in slam. Oh, bullhorn Betty, a fake press pass. Judge gonna take her down fast. Oh, bullhorn Betty. Betty got herself in a jam. Tennessee judge backing her off to slam. Oh, bullhorn Betty. Oh, bullhorn Betty. Tennessee judge backing her off to slam. Oh, Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Tennessee judge backing her off to slam. Oh, bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty.
Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see. All right, I've got Paula here. Can you hear me? Oh, just trying to get everything squared away. I don't know. Okay, she says it's really quiet. Okay, let me boost the audio up on that. Okay, that should be better. Okay, well, at least you can hear me, and that's the important thing. I'm just going to be on here real quick. I was going to be on a little bit longer, but I was anticipating a guest. Well, unfortunately, that guest was unable to make it, and that was actually going to be a guest in my home to speak with me. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate it. But they were not able to make it, so that's scratched. And I am still having issues with, I guess, being able to bring on guests to the panel, simply because StreamYards, if I go strictly with StreamYards, which I did try that out using the virtual camera, it worked, but the drop rate of frames was terrible, worse than what my last stream was with OBS. So that can't be an option unless I go strictly with StreamYards, and I just don't see the functionality with running videos, music, slideshow presentations, and that type of thing without having to go pro. or to have the annual fees or whatever's and the things that are involved with that. And I don't see where that's necessary when OBS does all those and more. Now, I tried bringing StreamYards into OBS, and then it was an audio issue. And Restream, I'm having some good luck with testing it. So I'm probably going to come back later on this evening to test Restream and OBS and see how they work together. So if you want to pop in for that and pop up on panel to help me out with that, that'd be fantastic. I would appreciate it. Okay, let's see, what else do we got going on here? Let me go ahead and loop that. Okay, so the couple of things that I did want to go over. I received an email after my welcome back stream. I had made a comment about Effie and how I wasn't participating in the chats or in that community any longer. And what I meant, and I said because I thought there were grifters, and I stand by that. I do believe that people took a topic and then they started to use it for their own benefit. And you see it in other communities as well. And I do believe FE and the true crime / trauma community overlap in so much as people are coming in, they've latched onto a topic, they've started a channel, or they switch their channel around strictly to cover a certain topic that happens to be trending. And in this case right now, channels are being built off of a child that's missing out of Tennessee. Not because there's new information or there's something crazy going on. It's the simple fact that it's been turned into a circus by creators. They use their channel as if it's their kitchen table. They invite 1,200, 3,000, 500, 12 people in, and then they speculate. And unfortunately, what happens is that speculation spreads. It's not kept to your kitchen table where there's only, 6 people in your sewing circle having a cup of coffee. That 1,000 people visit other channels. They continue to speak on what they heard, and then it becomes a game of telephone, and the whispers go, and once something's repeated often enough, it's believed. And as you can see in some of my slides here that are up on the screen, social media involvement. Hi Ryan, thanks for coming over. Glad you're here. It's just going to be a quick live. I'm just giving an update on my channel and myself and how I see how communities are all following the same pattern, whether it's vaping, FE, true crime, trauma, crafting, it is irrelevant. They follow the same pattern. They instigate drama, or 1 or 2 people like to perpetuate drama, create drama, so they can get the viewers. But then what they do is they start, oh, thank you, Brian, I appreciate that. There's con artists in every community. You have it in your real life. You have people that like to scam, thieve, what have you. And you have it online. Now, what might start out as good intentions, they get a little bit of taste of money, and it can go further from there. Well, myself, think I'm donating to a good cause or somebody that's in need, and then you find out that the money wasn't used to buy medication or a bus ticket home or something. It was used to participate in a vice, whether that vice is gambling, drinking, or drugs, anything like that. It happens, or just to line your pockets, and it's unfortunate. And that, when I bring it back to the FE, we see that people, like, okay, well, we've got subscribers, people are interested, and it's not like they're sharing new information when they have Flattoberfests or something like that. They're not bringing anything new to the table. It's basically the same content that they've had on their YouTube channels or on their social media platforms, or something that they've pulled from an old manuscript, but they're charging people astronomical sums of money to meet them in person. It forms this bizarre cult of personality with internet personality, with internet people. It's fascinating from a psychological and sociological standpoint, but it's also very disturbing because you see this in communities like what is considered true crime. And even when there's not a crime, there's a communities have formed over crime, okay? You've got, like, the Chris Watts case, Dahmer, Jack the Ripper, Gacy, Ted Bundy. What starts out as, it's fascinating, you want to study the psychology of it, and then there's morbid curiosity. Well, now you're having this same type of formation of groups, and for lack of a better term, people actually having what are akin to boardroom meetings or conferences about missing children. And that is just, it's not right. It's absolutely not right. And when you have one party that's involved in this, hi Erica, thank you for being here. When you have one party that's involved in this, that is not involved in a manner that we would say would be normal involvement, they follow a specific direction. Well, the people that they align themselves with have really shady backgrounds, whether it's shady online behavior or in real life backgrounds. And when you have if you follow the advice of your private investigator is going to vet people that are going to be in your life now that aren't regular law enforcement, so to speak. People that you want to speak up for you, people you want to have providing you support. But when you're getting support from people that have multiple felonies on their record, people that are have known to commit fraud, it's not a good look. And so it's going to cause people to question. And when that happens, then next thing you know, that's when the whispers happen. It's like, okay, well, now inferences are being made. And you need to draw the line at that. We can't be having those inferences as far as participation in why somebody happens to be missing. Okay, and in this case, that I'm purposefully not saying names because I don't want to get in the algorithm because I mentioned the name. But it is unfortunate. I've done videos on it in the past, and you can certainly look at those long form videos and check them out. And I did do that because I saw creators, they were providing information that was inaccurate, and not so much inaccurate from a misinformation standpoint on the missing child, but misrepresenting the law, misrepresenting the justice system, misrepresenting how the Office of Juvenile Justice works, how NECMEC works, how local children and youth services work to help children. And also, everybody falls into the trap every now and then where it's like, well, I have a child that's like this, so therefore. Or I have a family member that this happened to, so therefore. And every situation is different. Every time somebody passes, it's different. Everybody deals with everything different. Now, there's one or two things. The process of grieving is the same, but the way somebody will deal with that process is different. So I just wanted to touch on that. I think going forward, I'm not going to do a whole lot more of material relative to this particular missing child. I may or may not maintain content as far as some of the creators that are, as the saying goes, doing the most. Now, I'll leave it go at that for now. Also, I was caught up in the last YouTube sweep of content that was years old being removed. Now it's community violation. No specifics. I have no idea. These were TED Talks. These were panel discussions that went for an hour, 2 hours, some 5 hours. I think I've seen a couple, but I also believe the Deception Detective has also been caught up in some of the misinformation, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to double check. So I'm going to set that aside because I may be getting him mixed up with somebody else, Paula. Oh yeah, so those videos were removed by YouTube, and I didn't receive a strike or anything like that. They just said that they've been removed, and that's that. So I had no way of retrieving them. I did have some of them on my old Twitch channel, but I'm going to be taking everything that's on my channel, and it is going to be transferred over to the Big R platform. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but RUMBLE. So I am going to do that. I just think that it's unfortunate that we just can't maintain conversations. You can't have a conversation unless it falls under the approved topic, and it's like I don't know. I'm not speaking very eloquently about it because it makes me very angry. There's a lot of science that you can't talk about. And science in and of itself is about challenging ideas and doing experiments and learning from mistakes and growing. And you can't have those discussions here. I mean, I couldn't have a discussion about how sound ends up producing light and how our brain waves can control the movement of water, and because that's somehow some type of misinformation when these are Harvard studies. But I can have, yes it is. It's I think Wendy_blank. It's fairly easy to find. Let me see if I can't put the link into the chat. I've tried that before and it didn't work. Just a second. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put you back on the Be Right Back screen while I grab the... It's Wendy Blank. It should be Wendy_blank, like rumble.com/user/Wendy_blank. But I think if you do a search of Wendy Blank, it should come up. If not, what I'll do is I'll put that in the up. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate it. I didn't think it would show up. Oh, what I was saying about YouTube is allowing you to have unskippable ads that are ads for tapioca and cayenne pepper improving masculinity function, which maybe it works, I don't know, but it's certainly, if I can't have I can't have a slideshow presentation on the benefits of rose hips versus an orange because of the percentage of vitamin C, because it's considered somehow medical misinformation. It boggles my mind. I mean, I've always provided source material, and I could understand some of the videos back in, gosh, I don't even know how many years ago it was, that got taken down because they were very speculative. They were late night deep down the rabbit hole conspiracy theories. I get that. You know, everything was unlisted, but it didn't matter. I have videos that are set on private. It didn't matter. YouTube took them, removed them, you know, and I had to take a little question and answer course about what's acceptable. And when I contacted YouTube to be like, okay, what portion of this 5 hours and 24 minutes and 12 seconds went against a community guideline, I didn't receive a response. The appeal was denied, and there you go. So, I mean, and that was a wonderful discussion that I had with Low Freak. It was an amazing discussion. I mean, his knowledge and his background in biophysics is just amazing, and his input was great. It was just a great discussion, and to have it removed and not know why is very discouraging. So I'm going to have to take those lives, break them down, separate the audio, and put them just as a, like, I guess I would be considered a podcast format, and reload them, and I'll just load them up to the RM, over to Rum. I'll just send them over to Rumbles. So I'll do that. I also had another question that was really a little bit disconcerting. It was unsettling. They wanted to know if I was so-and-so. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And then the next email was, well, I think I found you, and I don't like what I'm seeing in your private, you know, you're just a whole lot of stuff that was really unsettling. So I take it that somebody was trying to dox me, and I have no idea why. Good luck, because yeah, I'm not even going to go there, but it just be aware that there are people on YouTube that, whether it's they're coming into your chats or going through your videos or seeing you in a chat, in a live stream or whatever, that you never know who you're communicating with or who's watching, even though they're not communicating in the room. So protect yourself, do what you can to protect yourself. You know, it's not always a safe environment, and leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. But many years ago, before I was on YouTube, I personally did have a very bad experience with stalking, and the person ended up getting arrested, and it was not a pleasant experience. And I've taken steps to keep myself safe on the internet. So y'all keep yourself safe out there too. Cybersmile.org is a good place to go for advice and information on how to keep yourself anonymous or private. Just be wary. Just be careful about what you're sharing online, guys. Not everybody is nice, and that also goes back to what I was saying in the beginning with scammers. Okay, just because somebody did good once doesn't mean that they're always going to do good, as far as when they're collecting monies and so forth. So just be aware that if you're donating money, whether it be a super chat, a GoFundMe, or anything of that nature, just go into it knowing that it may not go to what you thought it was going to go for, and never donate more than you can afford to be without. I made that mistake once, and I'll tell you what, it's a mistake I will never make again. But because someone was made aware of it, they helped me out, and that was through an online community, and for that I am forever grateful. They know who they are. I won't be calling them out or shouting them out or anything like that, because it was a private situation. But so there are good people too, but it's the last 2 weeks has really unsettled me. It's unsettled me with the content that I've seen, and it's unsettled me with some of the contact that's been reached out in my direction. So I'm sure a lot of people in 2 of the communities that I frequent have noticed that I haven't really been active, and that's self-preservation on my part, because I don't know where that one email came from. I tried doing a couple of little old school back tracing, and it was not fruitful. So I don't know where, and I don't know what the intent was. So I don't know. Will I ever ever go back on cam again? I have no idea. Maybe not. Will I share my charitable works again? Maybe not. Doubtful. Will I share some of the volunteer stuff I do again? Probably not. It was very unsettling. And I felt that I owed you all a reason why I haven't been around. It frightened me. So, as much as I appreciate everybody I've met, I don't know if this is a place where I want to stick around. I think I'll still make videos and slide presentations, but I don't know if I will actively participate anymore, because I don't know what the intent of what that was. And so it's kind of frightened me a little bit. And oh gosh, I'm blubbering, sorry. I didn't mean to. So I just wanted to come on and tell you all hi, let you know that excuse me just a minute. Okay, let you know that I am going to transfer content over to the Rumbles, and that I will probably keep up with some of the videos as far as, talking about community and all that. I don't know, I'm kind of up in the air with what I'm going to do. I mean, if YouTube's going to keep pulling old content off, then... Oh, thank you, Chopper. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate it. Y'all share your links too. If you have a channel, share your links. Oh, let me see. I didn't. If you vape, check out. Oh. There we go. I'll add. There you go, Ryan. If you're still here, I've added you as a moderator. You can drop your link. So, okay, so there I am with that. I know I was vague in the beginning about, I've been vague this whole time, and I'm sorry. Maybe it was too soon for me to do a live, but I just wanted to get some of that out there. That to just be careful, y'all. Be careful with who you're interacting with. We just never know. We really don't. And like I said, I am going to try to come back later on this evening and fiddle with Restream and OBS, because I would still like to have panel discussions, and whether I have them here or on Rumble, I need to know how to do the panels while in OBS. So it would be easier to test it out here before going elsewhere. And this applies to Rumble, Kick, DLive, wherever you're going in live streaming, or hanging out in live streams, or where there's an active open chat or panel, not just exclusive to YouTube. Just be careful, guys. You know, be careful with what you share, especially in the chats. We get comfortable and we start sharing things, you know, like, oh, well, my kids go to this school, or we went to this recital. All it takes is 1, 2, 3 things together to form something. Your dog's name is Rover. Your kid's birthday was yesterday, so it was on September 15th, and they're 10 years old, so there you go. September 15th, 2014 is your kid's birthday, you know, and you just be careful what you're sharing in the chats, I guess is the takeaway. And know that once $1 leaves your hand, it's going to go for whatever it's going to go for. Whether it's going to go for the charitable contribution, the donation to somebody's fund, or whatever. But once it leaves your pocket, it's gone. You have no control over it anymore. So go into things with that mindset and protect yourself. You know, just keep yourself safe, and don't go out here building a channel off death and misery and depravity and missing kids. You know, it's grimy, it's filthy, and I know there's an audience for it because there is morbid curiosity, but there's also a lot of backbiting, gossipy, pardon my language, little bitches that like to start trouble. And it's in every community, whether it's in the knitting community, the yarn community, the craft community, the penny saving community, the coupon community. There are people like that out there. Don't become one of those people. You know, just try not to be one of those people. And keep yourself safe online as best you can. And we'll go from there. There's just be kind to people. I mean, what happened to kindness? I mean, it's like social media has just eroded human decency, and people step over lines. They just, because they're behind the black glass, they can think they can say and do whatever they want without ramification. And whether that's legal or whatever, just I'm ranting. I'm pissed off. I'm angry and I'm pissed off. I don't like what I'm seeing, and it seems like when you find a place to go where you think it's going to be okay, and you find out that it's the same old wash, rinse, and repeat cycle, and it's discouraging. So, okay, well, I've had my rant. I appreciate y'all being here. I will take you out with just be kind and do your best to not become a rusty old wheel in this machine that's the internet, and just strive to do better. And if you see somebody that is struggling, reach out to them. All they can do is say no, that they're fine, okay. But it's time that we start giving people some guidance and some good advice. You know, just try to give them some good advice and steer them in the right direction. There are organizations that can help people when they're in crisis, and whether that crisis is personal or major. You know, don't try to be the internet therapist or the chat room mom where, oh, just tell me about it, because you don't, you don't know what the intention of that person is. And like I said, maybe I'm just being a little bit discouraged and upset and bitchy. So just take it all with a grain of salt, what I just said, and if it resonated with you, great. If it didn't, and you're like, oh gosh, she's losing the plot, you know, I'm out of here, okay. That's fine too. But in the meantime, I will see you guys all again soon. Thank you for stopping by, and I will maybe see y'all out there. All right, bye-bye.